Good day, everyone. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please, it's very important to know trading futures. There is a high risk with trading futures. What we are doing here, there is no promotion, no sale, nothing. What we are doing, we're just sharing our signal as a second opinion for any trader out there. And I will explain. It's very easy to read. And then if you need a second opinion on your personal trading, that you can see if this one can help you with your personal trading. We're not responsible for any action you do with your trading. We're just sharing signals, and we're trying to help everyone, uh, whether you are a member or you're non-member. It doesn't matter. We are sharing our signal, and we are hoping that some of the traders they can get benefits out of it. Again, there is no sell talk, there is no promotion here. It's strictly helping traders. They wanted to um, follow some of those trades. And if you see some of the signals you don't see here and you like us to add the signal for you for any kind of instruments, whether it's Forex or futures, please contact us. You can see there is a number here and there's a Skype. You can contact us and we'll be more than glad to add any instruments you trade in. So our system here, it is fully automated with signals, and I'll explain how you can copy those signals. And it's up to you. You want to take those signals or not. We have nothing to do with it. We're just sharing our signal to the public, and absolutely, we have nothing to do with your trading, folks. Okay, so please, we're trying to help. So please don't attack us on that matter. What you're looking at, you have on the first column on the market analyzer, the new signal, which it tells you when there is a new signal. As an example, a minute ago, we had a new signal on the DAX. Will flash here for you a new signal. It's telling you which direction, if you wanted to buy or if you want to sell, it tells you what direction. And then the yellow number, as you see right now on the Japanese yen, on the Japanese, you have a new signal tells you the yellow color here is 90.9, and it tells you the target in the kind color is 106,797. So you can copy those trades immediately to your chart. Whatever platform you're using is irrelevant, whether you are using NinjaTrader or you are using some different platform, has nothing to do with a NinjaTrader. But you can copy those signals to any platform or to any system you are using it right now. So you have the entry, you have the price, you have the safe entry, which I will be covering and keep your eye open when we are looking at those charts. And then you have your target as an example today, the ES. If we take a chart on the ES, you will, let me put it, the chart on the ES. As an example, we have an ES and we have an entry. We have an entry on the ES earlier today at 27.59.50, and it was the target 27.63.25. Those targets here are not prefixed targets. If this market moving, the targets get wider, and if the market is not moving, it's a flat, it gets slower and or it gets smaller target. So the targets are based on a price action, and then you have the trailing stop one and trailing stop two. The trailing stop one and trailing stop two, they are not dummy trailing stops. They are actually based on fibs. So this is very important. If we notice right now on the ES, we have hit the target earlier today. And then what will happen? The market come back to those fib lines, which those are the trailing stops. So this is very, very accurate system. And we don't mind to share it with the public, and we're trying to make a point here showing the traders that once somebody can guide them in the market, maybe that can help them uh, read the market the way they are supposed to. Another thing for our traders, we have also the MetaTrade 5. We are doing the final test on the MetaTrader 5 today, and I want to cover the MetaTrader 5 later on today. after we cover what's going on in the signals here, and then we will we are really actually we are testing the MetaTrader 5 against NinjaTrader, honestly. So this one here, I will be covering it later on today. And for our members, it will be delivered by tomorrow or no later than a day after tomorrow, only to our traders, to our members that can go ahead and deliver the trial version because it's still new. We want to see the feedback from our traders. So we will, if it needs any adjustment, but all our traders that will go ahead and take a run with it for 30 days and let us know how they are with it with the MetaTrader 5. Actually, I will be sharing the MetaTrader 5 with you as well, and I will explain why we did it on MetaTrader 5, the automated trading. But right now, I need to cover a little bit here at the start with for those guys that just want to trade the future market, and I want to explain what's going on today. So maybe that will help you guys trading for whatever you came from or whatever platform you have is irrelevant. We're not promoting here. We are just helping the traders to look at the market and find out if this one can help you with our signals. So just want to cover for you today, guys, as an example on the CL today, you have to be very cautious on the CL for today, Monday. Monday, usually they are very slow days. And if you look on Monday today, the CL was cut between those channels. And for our members, you will find those your $35 zone. You can see how to our members they are familiar with the zone, and for our members, the ones they are paying the $35, they know all about it. But if we want to cover what happened today on the CL was got caught in the channel all day long practically, and we recently now a few minutes ago we got the breakout and we hit the target on the CL. But right now for the CL traders, I strongly advise you to wait because right now we have a very major support area on the CL at 63.0A and followed by a huge support line. So if you are thinking about taking short, you got to, it's up to you. We're not calling the trades here, but if you are trying to take the short on the CL, you could be a very high risk short for you because there is a lot of bumpy ride. Actually, if I don't know what system somebody out there have, but actually it is time for you. My advice, or I cannot give you any advice, but this is an area is almost a dead end for the CL, and is about to reverse on the CL. So this is the story on the CL. So I strongly advise the traders on the CL market, even if you are using a high time frame, this is a very accurate system, and have involved, despite it's on 1 minute, have a lot of high time frame involved in the equation here. And if we notice right now, those are your fib signals, and this is a very good indication that the probability of that CL is not going to go any further down. And I don't know if there's any CL traders out there, but the probability on the CL is very low. It's going to exceed those numbers here. And so if you are decided to take short on the CL, you are on a very high risk trading at the moment. For the ES, whether you are auto trading or manual trading right now, if we look at the CL, I'm sorry, on the ES, right now, we had a beautiful run a few minutes ago. And now, if you notice, it's coming to the trailing stop one. The trailing stop one is a very support line. And there is a very, very, very strong hold on those areas here. The strong hold on those areas, there are 60.25, and then you have the 27.59, and you have the 27.59.50. This is the area where the probability of this market is going to kick back and it's going to rebound from this. And if we notice right now on the ES, and there is a lot of traders trading the ES, and sometimes they get in trouble. It is a very straightforward. You can see from that line, and that line, and this market is going back and forth between those. So if you are want to trade the ES right now, you gotta wait till this market to break those levels, and then once we break those levels, then it will be very good area to start making a decision. It is you have to make a decision and take a trade. The same story has happened today on the Nasdaq. We hit the target. We are way above the target right now by a few ticks above the target. We had a very nice entry at 38.75, and we hit the target long time ago. But also, again, right now the market is a bit flat. And if you are considering taking a Nasdaq trades right now, you gotta be careful, gentlemen, because now after we hit the target, we are stuck on the same channel, and those the numbers the Nasdaq has got stuck in is 66.90, 69.64, and then we have the 69.56. So now the market is on those direction here. So let's say if even if you are auto trading, now you can see the market between the ES and the Nasdaq. The market got stuck in these channels here. So if you want to take a trade right now, you gotta be hold on a little bit to see some major breakout, either up or down. But this market right now is overdue for a long trade, and maybe it could be a reverse market as we expected on the CL. We told you that the CL now we have a stronghold on the 63.06, and the market has hold on to these numbers on the 63.06. Do not underestimate the 1 minute chart, because there is a lot of high time frame on those here, and there is a lot of fibs and a high time frame involved in this puzzle here. So what you see those numbers here, they are a very, very, very critical numbers. And for the ones that just arrived, and we wish you the best with your trading. What I'm doing on the YouTube, I'm not trying to call the trades for you. What we are trying to do, helping some of the traders to overcome with their difficulties, is which is a very difficult time for the last couple of weeks in the stock market. So we're not getting anything out of it. We're not getting anything out of it. So we're not trying to mislead anyone in this puzzle here. And we will try, even for the guy is auto trading, probably he will say this is not his problem. Yes, sir, it is your problem. When the market on the ES, despite you are using our auto trade or somebody else auto trade, is irrelevant. When the market gets stuck, when the Nasdaq gets stuck like this one here, or the EES, it is your problem, sir, because you cannot take it out on my auto trade or somebody else auto trade and say the auto trade has to figure it out. If this market gets stuck, there is a lot of potential you will be losing those couple of three trades, and this is going to cost you money. Again, folks, even if you are auto trading, when this market, like now as an example, if we look at the Nasdaq and an ES, this is the biggest example. And we can see on the ES and the Nasdaq, this market getting stuck. Let me try to show you one more time here. If we look this picture here, this is a very nasty picture for an auto trading, and it's irrelevant whether you are using our auto trade or somebody else auto trade. But the market got stuck in this channel, and that channel here right now, the market gets stuck. This is the worst nightmare for any auto trade, whether it's a Best Pro Trade auto trade or anybody else auto trade. We're not picking on anybody. We're not that kind of people. But traders should understand the difference between when why your auto trade sometimes makes money and why your auto trade does not make money. Not because it is the auto trade, it is because the market, it gets stuck in a channel, and once the market gets stuck in the channel, whether you are a manual or automated trading, there is no way you will be making money. This is part of the high risk in the market, and if you don't know how to read the market, you will be in trouble with future trading. Future trading is not a piece of cake. It is a very hard. You have to put your time in it. And I wish in my days I had somebody can offer that on a YouTube and guide me through the trades. At least I would have saved myself a lot of money. But I was a bit arrogant and like anybody else when I was new. For our traders right now, I want to show you something on the MT5. Our MT5 is already done to our traders. We have a lot of a huge members. They are very international traders. They are overseas from Europe. We have a lot in Europe. We have a lot in Asia. We have all the way in China, Korea, Australia. We have a huge size of member out of the USA. Actually, we have more traders out of USA than USA itself. So this is here why we did the MT5 for three reasons. First of all, I have not been testing the MT4. I mean, I have not touched the MT4 for over 15 years. I mean, I never thought I will be going to any MT4 or MT5 on that. But the reason we have done the MT4, I'm sorry, the MT5, and we did it for the Forex and the futures on the MT5, there is two reasons for that. First of all, I was testing the MT5 and I was very, very impressed with the light platform. It is a very light platform and it gives you the freedom with your iPhone and your tablet, your smart tablet. And I was very impressed by loading a chart year data an MT5, and it takes a split second to load it. So I was very impressed with the light. It's not a heavy tank on the MT5, which I did test the MT5, and there is another things here. We have a lot of traders that went and purchased those cheap server where they cost $80 a month or $100 a month. And this one here, the traders has bumped into problems. And when we try to advise those traders that talk to us, and some of them they don't until they get in trouble. And once they get in trouble, they want us to get them out of the trouble, and that it could be sometimes impossible or it's too late to get those guys out of trouble. When you are trying to get those servers on $60 or $80 a month or $100 a month, there is a problem out there that they are giving you 1.5 gigabyte. Even if you are taking 4 or 8, paying a high top dollars on 8 gigabyte RAM, you have the 8 gigabyte RAM or shared 8 gigabyte RAM. So most of those traders have the $80 server. They are running on a couple RAM, a couple gigabyte RAM, which Ninjatrader, the older version, Ninjatrader 7, require 4 gigabyte RAM by itself without adding anything on it, which has caused the Ninjatrader to lag because there is no memory. Despite that, Ninjatrader 7, it runs on 1 gigabyte, because when this guy is taking the server, he's opened 20 different charts and and this is a lot of heavy uh, traffic on the data, and this is impossible to do. So because of the large members we have overseas, we decided to go ahead and make the MT5, because the MT5 is on a web base, so you do not need a server anymore, whether you are in Australia or in China or in Korea or in South America or any place, disaster place where there is no. We have also, I mean, we have also traders in Africa, and we have a good size of traders in Africa, which we all know there is no good internet over there. So when you are auto trading, you need the speed, and the second thing is what you need the light platform. It's not going to be heavy tank and heavy. And if you are just auto trading, the platform become irrelevant, whether it's NinjaTrader or none, or an MT5 or a multi-chart or whatever that strategy can give you light and speed is irrelevant any longer, which system you are using, because most of the auto traders, they just don't want to look at the chart. They don't want to even touch the chart. So what we have done, as you see right now, right in front of you, actually what we are doing right now, we are testing it against the Ninjatrader to see the faster execution, slower execution, which one is performing better. But for all our traders, all our, as you see right now, right in front of you, we took a trade, and now we are up $445 on the MT5. And this is, I didn't want to complicate the charts. I put an ES, NASDAQ, YM, and a CL. This is the basic. And we can see the ES already took one trade and hit the target. So we're going to go ahead and, I'm sorry, I'm not an expert trader on an MT5. I mean, I have not done this in a very long time, but um, and it is very easy. Actually, look at the speed. It is very easy. You can feed the auto trade how many targets you want. Now I'm only running one contracts. As I said, I didn't want to complicate it. I don't want to use two contracts. I'm running it on a demo. I'm trying to just final look at the system to see. Uh, Let me go ahead and read. Okay, now reactivate it again, the ES. And to be honest with you guys, I'm a little bit impressed with it. I mean, this little thing is a very smooth. I have not touched an MT5 in a very long time. Took me 1 hour to learn it. It's not complex, and for an auto trade, that doesn't matter if you need. There is no indicators, and it is very speedy. Actually, I'm very impressed by it, and we will try to take it much farther than what it is right now. But it is very important for me, my traders, to test it, and I want my traders um, to give me their feedback if we need to do any correction before we hit the public with it. But to be honest with you guys, it is very pleasant to have um, um, something is very light, and you can also follow your trade on your iPhone and your mobile phone. It is nice to have the freedom for a trader to choose, and this is um, we for the guys have a Ninjatrader. They wanted to move, they can. We have nothing against them, or the other way around. We are not getting involved with the platforms competition here, but it is the trader's right to choose and not to be jailed by one platform. I think it's very healthy for a trader to have an option, and that's why we are going to open all the platforms, and then we will let our members uh, to to choose whatever fits for them. I have no opinion on any platform, but my job is to open the doors for every platform, and then it is the trader to make a decision. It's not me to make a decision. So please do not put me in those corners where you're asking me which one you prefer. I will not answer that question, because if I wanted to trade from an indicators, I probably prefer to trade from Ninjatrader. But I think Ninjatrader indicators are superb. They do very well. With the auto trade is a different story between two or three or four platforms. Could be maybe here the performance of the strategy and the broker could play a big difference in the automated trading. But if we wanted to just manual trade, I find Ninjatrader is very good for manual trading. It is very consistent, and you can do a lot more with Ninjatrader than an MT5 or some other platform in that matter. But for an auto trade, you're not doing anything. So to me, when it gets down to the auto trading, it is the priority is not anymore the platform, it's the speed of that platform and the speed of the execution. Because uh, sadly, we have, and in any company, they sell software. they will have a trader six. I mean, they will have a success in their trades, and some of them there will be disaster in the trade. But the habit is always blaming the software, and if he makes money, you don't hear a beep from him, or if he didn't make it today, he might get his feeling hurt and then blame the auto trade. And we got used to that song many years ago, but it is for our traders to test it, especially our members, to test it, and it will be released by early tomorrow, or it will be released by a day after tomorrow. Now we are done with everything, with the server. The communication between MetaTrader and our server is all done. We built a new server for that. We went way out of our way to make sure that the speed is there, um, and um, and and I like it. I like it. It's a very straightforward, and it's not complex. And the manual we made it. The manual is very simple. Actually, the manual we made it very friendly use. You have an option, market order, or now I'm using a market order, but you can make it limited price, and then on the open bar, close bar, and then you can control your ticks, your trailing stop. It takes you 1 second to learn how uh, to set them up, and it's very easy, very fast, very straightforward. And what I like about it, the lightness, very light, fast execution. This is very important for auto trading. People spend millions of dollars to gain this a quarter of a millisecond. So um, so we still on the first phase with it, and I'm sure, I am very sure, it's going to be uh, a success for the beginners, to less complication and very straightforward. So this is the story on the MT5, folks, and I'll keep you updated on the MT5 trades. As we see right now, I'm sorry, we've been busy with the MT5. I didn't see that we had a new entry on the CL, and we hit the target on the CL. And if you notice, when the CL hit the target, we came back right to the double support area, and actually you're coming to more trouble around on the CL at 63.41 and 63.40. There is a huge support line here. So if you are expecting to take some trades here, be careful. Could the market kick back from those numbers here? Is 63.41 followed by 63.40, and let's look at it as we see. Look at this. Look where the CL stopped, right there. You see, to the tick. For our members, those are your $35 zone. For our members, the ones have those uh, membership with the zone, you can see them on your zone, on your NTA. Every trader got the NT7 and the NTA. And this is exactly what happened, folks. Came in exactly to the tick at 63.41, and now now you gotta be careful with the CL. Uh, we were busy with the MT5, and we missed that signal here. I apologize, folks, for that. We are about, okay, we missed a lot of signals. Okay, sorry. We had a sell entry on the ES at 27.59.75, and our target on the ES is 52.75. But you see here right now, we have to be careful with the 56 level. If we break the 56 level, we are going directly to the target at the 27.52. Right now, the Nasdaq, you should not be touching the Nasdaq because it's followed by double support, safety, and a safe entry. This is where most of the time, this is where the market supposed to rebound. So if you are trying to take a trade on the Nasdaq, I strongly advise you to slow down a little bit. It is very critical area right now, and this Nasdaq can return. If you are thinking about the short, the probability this market is going to kick back, is going to bounce back from those numbers, because you have a support line, you have the trailing stop. The trailing stop one is a major fib line support. I'm sorry, minor support line. And on the second one, the trailing stop is 941, is a major support line, and followed by the safety entry. So there is a three walls the Nasdaq has to break before it can go back below the buy-in entry. As we see on the ES, had the struggle on the support line, and we are heading directly to the 2752 non-stop. There is nothing between those numbers, 56 level to the target. There is nothing holding the ES, so you gotta be careful with your ES. We have put here on the side is the euro dollar. I'm a kind of guy, I understand the euro dollars, but I have no integration with the others at all. I mean, I have nothing for the others, but I know US dollar, euro, and the US dollar. I love this market on the US dollar and the euro. And we can see we have hit the target half an hour ago on the euro dollar. And right now, at the moment, there is nothing on the euro dollar to trade, neither short or long, folks, because this market here got a projection. First of all, got into the support line at our support line at 87.8, kick back to the target, back to the projection, and now this market got stuck between the target and the projection. So the market right now on the euro dollar, you can see there is no direction. So you gotta be careful how you are playing with this market. Today is a very nasty day, and the market is really getting a chop everywhere. So you gotta be careful with your trading, folks. I will be taking 5 minutes of break. And if there's anybody looking for a new instrument, we'll be more than glad to add it for you so you can keep your eye on it. As you see, as you expected on the NASDAQ, because this is a critical area, that's why you should not be taken short. And as expected, this market is really trying to struggle, is struggling to break all those numbers all the way to the support line at 40.50. And this is a very critical area if you are considering taking a short, and that's what causing the ES to hold. You know, usually those two they don't used to be, but not anymore. They work together, but right now we are actually waiting on the Nasdaq movement, and the ES is gonna react to this Nasdaq movement. Sadly, this never can happen 10 years ago, 15 years ago, but right now the Nasdaq got his own mind, and now you have to really look at it very carefully, the ES, YM, and NASDAQ. The YM still following the ES, but the NASDAQ, it is become a very independent instrument sometimes. And look at this, you see? By the NASDAQ did not penetrate those numbers, and it came into the major, to our numbers, like what we expected. That is causing the ES going here, and that is gonna it can drive you crazy if you are not looking at the Nasdaq. So this is now we are waiting, and if we notice on the Nasdaq came into our resistance line at 45.25 is accurate by the tick, you know. So now we are stuck, and now we're trying to find a movement on that, and that's why you can see right now how the Nasdaq and the ES, they are working together. If this Nasdaq can break this area, that's mean if you have took that trade on the ES, you're gonna be hitting the target, because there is nothing holding this ES between 56 level all the way down to the 52.75. There is nothing holding the ES. Look at the story, the same story. Look, on the CL, went back to the target on the CL, and then what happened? Kick back. You know, we are fighting to the second. Okay, now now we are about to have a new signal on the NASDAQ, and you can see in front of your eyes how the NASDAQ and ES sometimes, to simplify that, how they communicate. And sometimes if the NASDAQ going ahead of time, you can find if there is a major support line or a resistance line on the NASDAQ, even if the Nasdaq is ahead, sometimes it stops until figure out if this ES is gonna break those levels or not. And if you are trading the Nasdaq, not keeping your eye on the ES, that can cause you a lot of trouble and a lot of pain and a lot of aggravation. So the YM, the YM, ES, and Nasdaq, there always has to be, in a way, a safer area in sequence. If you look at the market analyzer here, we have the ES going down, we have the YM going down, and now we have the NASDAQ is fixing. Once this NASDAQ break those 37.75, folks, it is short all the way, and it's gonna generate a lot of movement on the ES and the YM. So now, if we notice, had a really hard time of breaking the second trailing stop, the second support line. And you can see has hit it one time, two times, three times, four times, five times. And this is a 1 minute chart. You see, you can see the wig on the bars. And now we are working on the last wall to break. And if we can break this last one, then we have a very, okay, I'm sorry, we have got the new signal, NASDAQ. We have got the new signal. It's 941.50, and the target is 1775. We got the new signal on the NASDAQ. The problem, it kicked back a little bit right now, the NASDAQ, because we have this support line at 37.75, and you can see how this market now getting stuck in this area, but we have a major resistance line at 45 level. So let's watch the ES and the NASDAQ carefully. Once this NASDAQ break the 37.75, we are way down on the NASDAQ. The first stop on the NASDAQ, it will be your fib line. At your fib line is 925. And there we go. We're going down on that. We're going down, folks. Keep your eye on the 37.75, gentlemen. 37.75, gentlemen. This is very important area for the NASDAQ. Target almost hit on the ES. Here we go. We're all the way down. Let's put the YM also. The same story on the YM, folks. ES hit the target. You can see where is the YM struggling on the last fib line. There is nothing holding the YM until 33.98, folks. Look, the ES hit it to the target by the tick, and it was 27.52. If this bar close below that line, we are a home free on the NASDAQ. It has to close below that fib line at 37.75. I don't know who's trading and who's not, and what you trading or not, but um, this is a very critical area in this. But we hit the ES to the target, to the tick, playing between resistance and support right now. Let's see what will happen on the NASDAQ. You can see how the NASDAQ came in exactly to the resistance line at 40.50. A lot of buying power on the ES. Okay, guys, please look at it, and I will be taking 5 minutes. I've been saying I wanted to take 5 minutes a long time ago. I will take 5 minutes, and I'll be right back. Thank you. We'll try to follow also the new system on MetaTrader 5. And for our members, you can download it from MFuture. MFuture provides your data, and this is exactly where I got it from. And you can, for our members, you can test the MT5 with. They give it to you with a real live data, and we have on one trade. I'm sorry, I'm not good with the symbols right now with the MT5. I'm not. What is this one? It is the ES. We have $162, and we have the CL. The CL is just $20. Then we can see the total is a couple $100. We have for the ones that were watching earlier today. We already hit the target on one trade, and it is not a limited order. This is a market order because a lot of traders they get confused with the limited order. So we hit the target in one trade on the ES, and now we are running it one more time. On the first, if you go back with the video, you'll find out we hit around $350 on one trade, and this is a market order. Now we have three trades. We have one YM, we have the crude oil, and we have an ES. I try to keep it simple. I don't want it to overload a lot of instruments. I just want to put the basic ES, YM, NASDAQ, down, and CL, and trying to see pinpoint the actually honestly what I'm doing right now I'm putting the MT5 against Ninjatrader. I wanted to determine on the performance with the our auto trades I'm talking about, and I like what I'm looking at. Actually, it's very light platform. If you are manual trading, probably will be best Ninjatrader to using indicators. I don't want to trade out of a MetaTrader 5 using indicators, but I don't mind to auto trade if this one gives me a speed and a faster execution. I'll do it. You know. So now we have 175 on the ES, YM, $50, and then we have the CL on the $10. Total of, you can see the total of right away here is 220, 217, $230 on it. This is not bad. It's a very straightforward, very easy to use. So let's look at the puzzle, what's going on right now on the CL. The CL, as I said, no, this is the YM, but the YM and the ES and the NASDAQ right now, they are sideways. There is not much to look at. Very chopped market on Monday. As I said, it was very important for this bar to close below the 3750 on the NASDAQ, which it didn't. Okay. So that changed the whole momentum here on the NASDAQ. Again, for anybody missing any symbol, this will help you trading. We'll be more than glad to Skype me or call me, ask me to add a symbol for you so you can copy those trades. You're very welcome. Remember, copying those trades, we're not responsible for you. You are responsible for your own action. And it just, we are helping the traders. And uh, as a second opinion, if whatever platform they have, whatever indicators they have, I have no idea who's in the room, but this is helping you. Fine, it will be my pleasure to help every trader out there. At the same time, we are keeping our eye on this new toy we have. We're trying to before we release it tomorrow. We need to look at it if we can caught anything wrong with that before we release it to our members only. Every member is entitled to test it, and you will have plenty time to test it. Um, so this is a very straightforward uh, platform, and it is an idea to For those guys, we went out of our way actually. For those guys, they have slow internet or they work, um, so they can keep up with their trading, whether they are using a smartphone or they are using their tablet, PC, or some countries they have a problem with the internet. Instead of having a server and having all these problems, this is uh, a very straightforward. Does not require your internet, a high-speed internet, to execute your trades, because actually in an auto trade you're just executing your trades. You're not trading yourself, and the majority of the auto traders, they don't even like to look at the charts. They just want to look at the numbers. So we try to teach those guys with the auto trade to look at the market before they start auto trading, but sadly sometimes there is nobody home. Let's look. Well, we have $100 on the ES, YM $90, CL $70, total of 200, 277, and all of them, those are based. We try to keep it simple when we are testing. They're all based on one contract, folks, one contract only, and it is very easy with MT5. You just click on your uh, your auto trade, and then you can see quantity is one, and it is a market order, and how you want it to close position is a very straightforward. Okay, now the Nasdaq is down. We were waiting on the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is down, and I think if this bar closing below the 40.25, we can have a home free all the way to the 28.75. Your target is 1775. But you know the market does not go one direction; goes back and forth, back and forth. So if you notice this, the Nasdaq is really struggling on the support line at 940.50, and if we notice, he's is going back and forth trying to penetrate this number. Very simple. So for the guy is trading the Nasdaq, you gotta be careful and right now because there is uncertainty where this Nasdaq is going, and if this market or if this bar is not gonna close below the 40.50 on the Nasdaq, you will be most likely losing that trade. The reason is you are shooting blind, and you don't. In this area right now, I will not invest $1 in there. I prefer to wait and see some kind of breakout on the Nasdaq, and that is causing, if we notice, also on the ES, also right now is in this channel here. There's nothing going on. On the ES, we are still stuck on the same channel. After we hit the target, pull back, and nothing happened. So this is a really critical area, and I'm trying to explain the traders sometimes you cannot make a decision, and uh, or maybe you're not looking at the market in the right direction. So this is helping you out to keep your hand off sometimes of trading before you get in trouble. Hopefully, we are doing a good job. Uh, Cautiously, we don't know who's in the room. We don't know what system everybody have, but we're just as a second opinion. We are sharing our information and showing you where those critical areas, and then it's up to you. You can brush it off, or you can take a trade whatever you like. But we got a lot of emails, and we have a lot of compliments on what we have done the last week, and some of them say, "Sam, thank you. You saved us a lot of bad trades." If I can save a guy, I don't know where he's from, a couple of bad trades, save him a couple of $300, I'm not getting anything out of it, folks. I'm just trying to be. Actually, we used to have it. We used to have the room open for everybody till somebody's butt was hurt, and then ruin it for everybody. Didn't ruin it for me because we were running the room free for everybody. But then there is nothing better than to go public and let the people uh, look at it, and then they can uh, decide if they wanted to take those trades or not. But if we can help some of the traders to hold on their trades and save them a little money, I think we can do a good job on that. There is no promotion, no sales, and I will not even discuss any of that when we are doing this room. Right now, we are at this NASDAQ. It's a very critical area. If this NASDAQ goes below that number, that means we are going all the way down. The ES already hit the target, the ES to the tick, hit the target, and pull back right at the entry price, folks. And now if this NASDAQ gonna close below those fib line, that's mean we are going for another run. Once we hit the 56, we're gonna go back and retest the 52.75. So this is a very, very important. There we go. There we go. It's finished. Look at it. Now we have broke that area, which took the Nasdaq over 20 minutes to break that area, and now your first, before we get to the target on the Nasdaq, the first things you need to worry is the 28.75. Let's look again while the Nasdaq is doing it. We still testing the MT5 to release it to our traders tomorrow. So I'm doing a final look on this MT5 to see how those trades are taken, and we are doing a final check on it before we release it. The latest it will be a day after tomorrow, the latest, or it could be tomorrow around 9 o'clock. We release the MT5, and the reason for the ones that just arrived, the reason we have done this one to our traders, to only our members, because some traders have problems in their country with their internet slowing down, and this garbage servers they are selling for 80 bucks is not holding Ninjatrader. Is actually lagging Ninjatrader. They are hurting themselves using those cheap server. So we went out of way. We've been working on that project for many months. And then after that, we decided to have an independent server to the MetaTrader because we were impressed with the speed, execution, and the speed of lightness in that platform, and it is just a mechanical. I mean, we don't have to worry about indicators or anything. So we decided to have an independent server for the MetaTrader, which it took us 2 months to do, just the server and the communication between the MetaTraders and the server. It was a nightmare. I mean, 2 months work, guys, 2 months, and we went out of our way to serve our customers and give them something. If they are happy with, we are happy. That's all what it is. There is no additional prices for our members or anything like that. They all can test it. Every single member we have, even those guys, they are purchased the zone for $35 a month. If I know them, I will also give them a trial on the MetaTrader. We don't give a trial because we get a lot of emails bananagmail.com, michaelgmail.com. You check this guy, you never find him anywhere. Those guys, we do not respond those emails. But if I know the trader, I have no issue to put a trial for him. But the guy sending me an email, send me a trial, and waste many hours with him, and I don't know where he's from, what he is. That is not going to happen. We get 30, 40 emails a day. We are much busy to do something else. So even for the guys with the zoned member, they are, as long as I know, I can see from their PayPal, their name and where they're from, and then I have no problem for those guys uh, to let them have a trial as well on the MetaTrader trial. It's really, really, really the Nasdaq driving us crazy today, and especially for this guy say this is not my problem because I'm auto trading. Okay, fair enough. But right now, after you've been watching this Nasdaq for 15 minutes, you can see that Nasdaq is stuck, very much stuck in those channel, and look, it's very tight. And now it's about the Nasdaq to break down. I have no idea when this Nasdaq is about to break down, but this level here is holding very well on the 4050. And if this Nasdaq not breaking that level here, that is going to cause a lot of turbulence for the ES trader. And let's see now if it's fixing to break those area here. If this Nasdaq's not going down, the ES is not gonna do it. It's not already the ES hit the target. It's already hit the target. Went back to the same resistance line, and now we are stuck in those area here. We are waiting for direction. The same story on the YM. If we look at the YM, it's the same. Come into the support line at 54.52, and it got stuck. And now, if you notice this market going back and forth like a pinball, and there is no direction. For the guy is manual trading, you gotta be cautious right now. Whatever direction you're taking, you are guessing. You're no longer trading. You're just making a guess. If you are insistent on trading, take a quarter and flip it because I cannot see any direction right now. The only thing I can see is down, and I'm waiting on the Nasdaq, the bar to close below those numbers, and then that can give me an indication that the market is gonna go down. But if we are looking on the 3D instruments, the Nasdaq, Dow Jones, and the ES, we all stuck on the fib line. On the YM, we have the fib line at 452, and you can see it right in front of you, the first chart. And now we have the ES start moving, and now the Nasdaq start moving. So it's really struggling, and let's see what will happen. If this Nasdaq going down, you need to write down on your chart, whatever platform you are using, the 928.75. This is your first turbulence. The probability of this Nasdaq will kick back from there. So if you are taking a trade short from that area on the Nasdaq, you have to consider taking a profit, or if you want to insist on going to the target, you can do that. But you have to remember at 28.75 level, this market might kick back a little bit. It could be pullback, but there is a pullback somewhere between 28.75. This is your first support line, and the second support line is 24.75. And guys, once you get to know those lines, you will find out immediately. You start respecting them. And now we are going on that direction. For the ones are taking the ES from the resistance line, your best shot is 52.75. You're not going to get any more than that. The reason is your Nasdaq is coming directly to the 929 level, and I don't think so. This market, the Nasdaq is going to hold at 929. Let's look what will happen for the YM. If you're taking it from the sell entry right now on the YM or below this support line, now become a resistance. Your first support line is going to be at 39,398, folks. 25,398. This is your first stop on the YM. There is nothing holding the YM and the Nasdaq at all. We are getting close to finish for this session today, but I'm gonna stay a bit longer so we can see what will happen to the Nasdaq and Dow Jones. I'm gonna go ahead and extend it a little bit until we can see the Nasdaq at least see the Nasdaq hit the 2875. It's driving us crazy. At the moment, it is a very hard to trade, and that's why we stepped in on the YouTube and we open and sharing our signals. Hopefully, that will get some help. Don't let this Nasdaq fool you. Go in that direction. Hold on, please. Let's look on the Nasdaq on the MT5 until we see what will happen to the Nasdaq. On the YM, based on one contract, the first column here on the bottom we have 155. On the second one is the ES is 162, and we are done down $30 on the CL. Well, this is not bad for a very chopped market, and this is let me see what's going on. There is nothing going on, guys. Don't let it fool you. The Nasdaq, we are on the true average price at 69.50, followed by the double resistance. There is nothing there. There is nothing there, guys. You have not missed anything out on the Nasdaq. That's it looked like the CL a closed position, open position in it. Okay, the Nasdaq took the trade, and then we have the crude oil, and then we have the ES. On the ES, we have $287 based on one contract. So we'll see what will happen on. Okay, on that trade on the ES based on one contract, we have $275. On the Nasdaq, we have $45. We are down $10 on the YM, and we are down $30 on the CL. Okay, this one here, a target hit. I made them very short to see how the auto trade will react, and I made it to $300 profit. This is the second round. We had one when we first started, and we have the second round on the ES. So actually, we hit the ES two times, and what time is it right now? We 11:05. We hit it two times from the opening hours, and this is not bad at all. So target hit. We're gonna go for one more round. Now on the Nasdaq, this is a market order, folks. On the Nasdaq, we have 35 bucks, CL 20 bucks, and we are in the hole on the YM. But total 300 bucks. It's extremely fast, very light. We have a new signal. If you see on the ES, we have a new signal, folks. You can see it from the market analyzer. We have a new signal. You have an entry at 2761.50, target at 2769, 2769. This is 69.50. Oh, I'm looking to the wrong chart. Okay, smart. Um, an entry at 2761.50. Here is your entry. And we have a target at 2769. You know, this is something is between an auto trade and a manual trade. I mean, yes, we have an entry here, but there is a lot of resistance line here. So, you know, I mean, an auto trade will take that trade, but also sometimes it is nice to look at it and say, you know what, there is a lot of resistance line on the way right now, right after the buy. Maybe I wanted to skip it. I mean, if you are just manual trading, if you are auto trading, you just take your chances. There is nothing you can do. I mean, you know. We're gonna go ahead and reload uh, the ES. The CL 40 bucks. We're not missing that much on the YM. We're about to hit the target on the YM. Here we go. It's gonna close it. Jesus. If you notice, I don't know if you can see that on the YM. We missed it by a hair right there. Now it's gonna. Okay, we gotta close it. Come on. Seriously? You know, sometimes no matter what we do in the market, Always the market managed to get us somehow. Can you see how the YM, we missed by one tick? Amazing. It's like somebody watching over your head all the time. You know, folks, I'm sorry, but we were supposed to be 1 hour, and now we are um, hour and 11 minutes. I will stay for a few more minutes to look at those market. Today is Monday. I mean, there's not much going on, but if we look at the Nasdaq, I'm not touching this Nasdaq. If you notice the YM, we have the buy entry at 25.5, and then we have the resistance line at 25, 55.29, and it came right in line with this YM, and the ES is struggling with this double resistance, and it is a very unpredicted market right now. I will be very careful with that. Stay patient till we find direction. I'm just wondering if the YM is about to close. I mean, we are firing with one take on this one here, and let's see. It's really pissing me off that. Okay, it's like somebody over your head just don't want it to be closed. It's amazing. Okay, all right. We still missing one take on the YM. Okay. Folks, that's all what we have for today. And I wish you the best. And please be careful. The market is really Monday, and there is no direction in the market. I strongly advise you, whether you are auto trading or manual trading or whatever platform you're using, to approach this market. Okay, we have the euro dollar. I didn't see that. We have an entry at 23.06 for the euro dollar traders. You have a very straight up direction till 14.3, and your target is 17.2, 17.3, and you gotta be careful on the resistance line at 147 right there. There is nothing holding this market all the way up to 147, and you're not that far from the target. But if we are looking, and if you want to magnify the YMCLES right now, whether you are auto trading or manual trading, you can see this market is just struggling in those areas here, and there is no direction. It's gonna hurt a lot of traders. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Please be careful with your trading today. The market is a bit stuck. Thank you. Bye.